Would you believe me if I told you that there are content creators here on YouTube trying to hype up a game that we know little to nothing about? I mean, of course you would. It's YouTube and there's pretty much videos on anything. The less effort you have to put in, but the more clicks you get out of it. That's the entire aim for a lot of people that are currently on this platform. But when it comes to how I feel about this, I'm not overly happy. So right now there are quite a few big channels that are promoting the upcoming Star Wars game from Massive Entertainment. And we know basically nothing about this game. We know that it's going to be an open world Star Wars game, that it's being developed by Massive Entertainment, and that it's being published by Ubisoft. So right from just those 3 bits of information, we've already got 2 warning signals. The first is that it's an open world Star Wars game, and the second and the bigger one that kind of needs the first to even be, an actual problem, is that it's being published by Ubisoft, who, when it comes to open world games, are as bland as the day is long. But the sad truth is that in the past 10 years, we haven't really gotten all that many Star Wars games because of Disney and EA shenanigans. There are 3 good Star Wars games that we've gotten over the past few years that I actually recognise as being pretty damn good. The first is Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is a reboot of the original from way back in the mid-2000s. It started out its life as a predatory microtransaction simulator, but later, after the developer started listening to the players and what they actually wanted, it has turned into an incredibly awesome game in its own right. Next we have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where you play as Padawan Cal Kestis as he tries to come out of hiding and become the Jedi Knight he was always destined to become. It has Souls-like qualities and actually is a pretty good game with a decent story. And lastly but not least, we have Star Wars Squadrons, which is my favourite of all 3. You play it as either a TIE fighter or an X-Wing ace, and the story is all about the Starhawk program, which is basically the New Republic's answer to the Star Destroyer, which funnily enough is built using parts from Star Destroyers. So we have most certainly received good Star Wars games in the past few years. Just not as many as we did back whenever it was LucasArts running the show. It's obvious to anyone that hyping a game up is just a really dumb thing to do. Look at No Man's Sky. It was hyped up to high heaven and it turned out to be an okay at best game. Now, it's even better than that, but you know what I'm saying. Hyping a game up is never a good thing. Hyping anything up is never a good thing, because the end product will never, ever, ever meet your expectations, especially if it's from Ubisoft. So if you see anything out there hyping up a product that we know little to nothing about, just take it with a pinch of salt. Understand that they're doing it for the clicks and for the revenue, because that is their job. It's up to us not to join the hype train, not to link ourselves up with it with another carriage of disappointment. There has never and never will be a hype train that reaches its destination intact. Having high expectations isn't a bad thing, it is a good thing. But companies like Ubisoft and Disney are out for themselves. You would think that these companies would understand that if they make a better and higher quality product, that it would get them more in return, but that's not sadly how they think. Something that's easily shoved out the door, but that has a beloved IP attached to it, is just more than likely to make a return on their investment. So if you manage your expectations and keep them in check, you'll very rarely be disappointed. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're playing, and I of course, like always, will see you next time. Bye bye.